Start recording. Start recording. It's time for us to start.
Nope. I'm buying this blackened curtain of death because she didn't have enough room.
I can't ever find enough room on the screen.
Never can't find enough room. And I told her the solution is she takes care of all this and I just come out like she does. She walks and sits down, gets everything done. But then she complains every single time.
No, then she's.
She says you don't have room. I said,
I don't know. I can't keep my head in frame. I don't know. Maybe it's because you're way back here. You have more room. I don't know. But anyway, can we like see you, please?
Nope.
Sorry, everybody. We are Sue and
that guy.
Yeah, that guy right there.
We have exactly the same space.
Okay. I'm not going to complain about it again on air. Not right now tonight. I'm not going to complain about it. Week. It could be next week. Well, it's good to be back with everybody.
Yes.
We are looking at Arion again, and it's funny because last time that we did any Arion reactions, they were getting ready to have a new show end of last year sometime, and we did have some viewers who actually got to go to it and said it was amazing. But this is the first footage that Arion has put out off their channel, not fan footage, but footage.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's from that show. It's called Live Beneath the Waves. And I don't know what artists are singing in it. We'll have to see who we recognize because there are there's no information under the description for the video to say who's singing this.
Well, let me clarify something you said. Did you say this is the first ever Arion professional video?
No.
No, okay.
From the first one from this show.
Okay, gotcha.
That was done late last year.
I love that they put binary on there.
Yeah, well, he does that all the time.
Oh, does he?
It's his thing. Arion Lucasen? Yeah.
We like this band a lot though. I'm surprised we haven't done it in a while. Let it wear out.
Well, they are a boutique band where all great people come together just for one song and another song and another. So
they're not a band like Nightwish or anything.
They're not like Nightwish, but their leader has some people that are kind of with them all the time.
Cockpit to plant ground, you're ready to go.
Cleared for landing.
Yes. All right, let's
put your tray tables up.
You ready?
Yes.
It's the calm before the storm. It's the quiet before the war. It's the time when all will be decided. If nobody cares, the echoes of the way. Are you still with us, man? It's the end of the chain. Destruction of the field. It's the soul left alive, darkness and shroud. 2085, all our dreams have disappeared. They burned down the tree of life, confirming all that we have feared. 2085. Don't give up, remember how we felt. Fire rushing through our veins. Now's the time to rise up from our hell. Now's the time to free our brain. The meaning of life is to give life meaning. Go too fast, but too slow. Restore the balance between thinking and feeling. Open up and let it flow. No side has won. Struggle to survive. Our quest here is done. 2085. All our hopes have disappeared. Our race will not thrive. Time will not recall the year. 2085. Don't give in. Remember all the love. The spark of life it did ignite. We're again ready for which we yearn. We're again our will to fight. We must resolve this human equation. We're already dead if we don't try. To welcome challenge, generic variation. Stop the machines, prepare to die.
Get it. Wow. Okay.
That was a production. That was a
Wow.
feast for the senses.
Yes, it was.
And
Yes, it was.
I recognized some people. I recognized Annika von Giersbergen. We've done her stuff before. Very sweet, kind of.
That was the lady singing with the
She's
hair?
blonde.
Oh,
No,
okay.
blonde with the curls. She
Yeah,
was up
okay.
a few times. And then Simone Simons from Epica, the red-haired girl.
Right. Right. Okay.
And the keyboard player admired around the world, Joost
He's a
Vanderbroek.
monster. He's a
He is
monster.
a
He's
monster.
a great kid.
He's plays all around. People wanted to be,
Yeah.
his services are wanted.
I have my idea why he wants so many keyboards on stage, but
Yeah,
it's because he doesn't have to change patches or anything, and you just
that's
walk
right.
around
He
playing
can
it.
just go around
Yeah.
from one to the other. I had my phone turned off. Turn it off.
Um,
Yeah, and you saw all the pieces he had. Of course, I can't appreciate them like you would, but you saw the Hammond. I saw Hammond
yeah,
written up
he had a
there.
Hammond on top of it. He had a Nord lead,
Hmm.
and I mean, just that one rack right there is expensive.
And then on the sides, he had
Yeah,
like
the-
huge amounts
yeah.
of, but it gives him the freedom to be able to do what he does.
Yeah.
'Cause I think he also has toured with Floor and her band, and
He's
he's
amazing.
he's
They were
so
all, in my
talented.
opinion, they were all A players, singers.
Mhm.
They were all A, the top of their game. There
Mhm.
wasn't anybody that was lacking.
The thing about it is that it's always a wonder to me how they get these things together, pull these productions off, so to speak, because you never know how much time they have to rehearse. And if you are a professional musician, you can go into a situation, get something down way quicker than I could understand.
Right.
Even if you're working with multiple people, but that many people on the stage harmonizing and everything, there had to be some practice.
I was going to ask you what you thought about. I mean, did you know that the cast of Braveheart could play all those instruments the same?
Okay, go
The,
ahead.
the,
Well,
the cast of Braveheart. That's what I wanted to know.
they can't.
Well, yeah, that's what it was. And there was
Okay.
some of them they were through the crowd as well.
All
And I
right.
just expected them to come up running over the
So
hill with
that's your
kilt on.
impression after the end of watching this?
That's my first impression. Actually, my first impression was, sorry, I'm moving the table. Seriously though, I was like, okay, so I counted 9 people on stage at first when it first started and went on for a while. It was 9 people. I was like, that's a big band. And I was thinking, how can they pay that many people? They have to be making some dough, or some people have to be given their time in order to do this, because you got to pay people. You got to pay people to put that elaborate set up, all the sound gear and everything. And then by the end of it, they had 11 million people on stage. And so many people on stage, I was just blown away. I tried to count them, and I would count a little bit, and I get lost because there were just a ton of
By the
people.
time everybody came
Yeah,
out, yeah, I
exactly.
remember it was really kind of cool as I was watching it, seeing them on stage, but then I didn't see the scaffolding at first.
Yeah.
And you go up one and then two, and you've got backup singers.
Right, right.
Okay, so SueSue likes backup
Yes.
singers. If you can't have a choir, but almost was a choir
Right.
by then. And then they had some orchestral
They
instruments.
had cello and a violin.
Hmm. And then there were two violins that were kind of dueling or working together as well.
I didn't see that. I saw
I
a
saw
cello
that.
and one violin, but there could have been another violinist.
Or
And,
down on the stage.
yeah, could be.
Yeah,
And then
so
you got a keyboard player up on the very top. And so think about it. Not only that, I mean, just practical stuff like wires and monitors and things you have to hook up.
hey,
And
have you ever worked one of these shows? Have you ever had to be behind the scenes and see what they go through to get one of these together? Because if you have, we'd like to know.
I have seen some, we toured behind for a little while. Hank Williams Jr. was a big country guy in the States here. And, but it wasn't like that. It wasn't, I mean, there was a lot of stuff going on, and
No, but this is like
that's super.
an explosion of
Superman.
music.
Absolutely right.
And he is well known and well loved over there. And
What's his name again?
Arion Lucasen.
And which one was he? The guy that first started singing?
No, he doesn't even always come out, but I believe he was the guy who came out with the glasses and the long,
Okay.
light brown curly hair.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah, I believe that's him, but he's kind of like a ninja, and sometimes I think I see him and other times I don't. In fact, I thought he was in the kitchen the other night. Looked over again. Nope.
Maybe he was, just
Yeah.
briefly.
Ninja.
What you cooking? Well,
Yeah. Doesn't smell good. I don't want that.
that's not true. You very good food.
No,
It's
I
just
just,
garbage.
I think that I would like to know more about
Me too.
this show, right? And all the people that were in it. I know
Have we ever done one
one
of
of
these
our,
before?
one of our,
That's where for him, for Archie. Have we ever done one where he brings so many people together? Because I don't remember that.
yes, we have a whole playlist
Okay.
of stuff we've done
Okay.
by Arion. So yeah, we've done a lot of it and we can continue more
I
if you
know
like
we've
it.
done some around, but I don't remember being so many freaking people.
Oh, often there are. This might have looked a little bit more crowded than the other times, but I
Think.
don't know. Um, I watched them, I liked them. I can't tell you exactly how many people were on stage, but it's always a lot.
Well,
And
sorry about
sometimes,
9, I can tell you that for sure.
yeah, well, sometimes there'll be 9 and then they switch a bunch of things
Yeah,
out and there'll be
sure.
9 more.
Singers
But
especially.
regardless, the music and the musicianship.
A game, man, all
Did
the
you
way
hear
to the
those
top.
trilling guitars?
Yeah.
What was he
He had
doing?
he had a 7-string guitar run through a processor.
And he had his fingers just like this.
I didn't notice. I was
I
just
did.
trying to count the pegs to see, because I was pretty sure it was a 7-string, but I didn't know for sure.
Mm.
And I never did see that the stock on the bass. I think the bass player was playing a 5-string bass, which all those things makes a difference in, it's expediency plus the sound is different. And the keyboard player had probably more keyboards or as many keyboards as I ever asked. I was going to say it's I've ever owned, but no, it's not good.
Out on stage maybe, but I'm sure he has more than anybody's ever owned back behind because he's so good at it.
Yeah, he is good. And I was thinking too, when he was playing a solo, I was like, I don't have those chops anymore. I just don't have that. I mean, his speed lightning chops I may have had 30 years ago, but certainly not anymore. Because of balls and breaking my wrist and all that stuff. But still,
Well,
I
yeah,
wish
you
him-
might have to speak to some other musicians who have similar things that they're not able to do through time and see how they get through it
Yeah.
without wanting to throw all their stuff out in
Yeah.
the street. You know, we
My
have a
favorite
lot of
term.
friends online that are our age and older who play different instruments
Yeah.
and they like hearing what you have to say. So I'm sure a lot of them can say, oh, hell yeah, I can't do that anymore either, but
I still
Carry
play,
on.
I still feel like I could keep up with big boys around here anyway.
right.
But
But
that
what
guy
he,
was,
that thing,
and he was an old man essentially. I mean, he's an older man, but he's younger than me for sure. But he was
yeah, well, yeah, I
was
would say probably
40.
early 40s.
I would say maybe a little later, but I could be wrong. All of them had that long hair, and some of them had their thinning hair. Their hair was really thinning back.
I think there were people on that stage everywhere from 18 to
Yeah,
70.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, which is great. I admire him, and he's got to be the genius, you know, the master to get all these people together, then to write these songs and then orchestrate them. It's a huge feat.
Yeah.
It's no small feat,
I
and
have
it's
small
no
feet.
extra large feat either.
It reminds me a little bit of Clapton. Clapton did a thing where he would bring a bunch of musicians together. He did his own thing, and he would bring musicians together and do compilation kind of thing. And I don't remember who he brought in. This was way back in the '70s, and it was never that big. It was just guys you would know, people from the time you would think, oh yeah, I know that guitar player, I know that drummer, or whatever. They
Right.
do similar thing.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean by changing out and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and see, next time that Arion has a show, I don't know what year it'll be. I don't know if he does it every year because it's quite an undertaking and you have to write it all.
Yeah, it's all about
Write
fresh
or
music
co-write it all.
and plus the practice. I mean, again, like you said,
Right. And
they'll
then,
come
well,
in
then you
there-
have to find the musicians to fill the spots of what you
Right.
wrote. So it's a huge thing. He might only do that every 2 years, if that. But my question basically was, how does he find his pool of people? I mean, I know he's connected musically, but he has to draw from such a vast pool of people. And there are amazing musicians in the Netherlands, and I guess he's brought some, from other countries over as well. But they can't all be available at the same time on
Well,
the same day.
Yeah, probably not, but you think that he probably starts calling people ahead. You said it might take 2 years to put it all together. He probably, first thing he does is call the instrumentalists, because if he doesn't have enough people, why do it? Do you know what I'm saying?
Right, he has to have that in
Yeah, I would
place.
think you would have that really, that first, and then the venue, and then the gear and all that stuff goes down the line. But I would think very first thing you do is you call and say, hey, buddy, can you make this day? It's a year and a half from now, and I want you to put it on the calendar. And most of them are going to have open days. Think about
Well, I
our
was going to
days.
say that if he called them somebody, who knows, we don't know the music business per se, but for a year and a half early, I think most musicians would be like, hell yeah, he called me, I get to be in it.
Right.
I hope,
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
so, but I don't
I'm
know.
thinking that's very true, because be like, I can't think of anybody right offhand, but it'd be like somebody over in the States, and there are plenty of them picking up the phone and calling other people that what I'm saying is
Other
like,
musicians
yeah,
to
right.
help or collaborate or
Yeah,
whatnot.
I'm trying to think of any other people that have reacted to it. I can't right off the top of my head, but I would think that a lot of musicians, if it was a big, let's say, and he's dead now, but let's say Michael Jackson wanted to do something like that. Michael picks up the phone, calls you, you're there. Back when he was popular, right?
Yeah, before everything happened, sure.
Well, he's dead now, but it'd be even,
Right, but yeah, I see what you're saying. He's such a
he's an icon.
icon, a
Yeah.
genius, whatever you'd be there. Yeah. Um, well, I I don't know. I really like this.
I
There's
did too.
the beginning of it where the guitars were trilling together,
Yeah.
and then that time at the end, was looking at you, but I couldn't tell exactly what he was doing. It was on a 7 string.
Yeah, it was on seven string, he was basically playing bar chords, but he was also doing some weird thing with his hand. I don't know if he had an EBO or something, but
There was a lot in there to take in.
yeah, there was.
So I'm just spitting out my first impressions of the things
Spit
that
it
I
out.
saw, but
Spit it
I
out.
know
Doesn't
I will
belong
see
to you.
more in it later and understand more about it later.
Right.
So I'm glad we got to watch it. It just came out 6 days ago.
We're right there.
Yeah, well, 6 days ago we would have been right there, but here we're 6 days late. So
Right now,
not so
usually
bad.
20 or 30 years late.
All right, well, guys, thank you so much for hanging in there with us. If you liked our video, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, hit the notification bell, leave us some comments, especially about the whole Arion thing that we've been discussing. And what's the last thing?
Subscribe.
If you haven't subscribed, consider it. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, just think about it. Take your
Don't
time.
take too long, because people are lining up and you'll lose your place.
There's plenty of places.
That's not true.
So until we see you again, be blessed.
Hey, don't hurt anybody, please.
Stop.